NEC Section 300.22 clearly states that conductors shall not be located in ducts, plenums, or other air handling spaces unless specifically permitted by this code. This is a critical code to understand. The BICSI Formanus 2015 Standard Section 4.12.2 also explicitly states that electronic equipment shall not be installed in air plenums. Air plenums are specifically designated for the distribution of air. They are not designed or intended for the placement of electronic equipment. Installing electronics in air plenums introduces a significant fire hazard. This is due to the potential for overheating or ignition of combustible materials. Should a fire occur, the smoke and gases generated within the air plenum can be rapidly distributed throughout the entire building, posing a grave danger to the occupants. The presence of our American Access Technology fireproof closures does not eliminate the risk. This is because, while they may contain a fire to some extent, they do not prevent the electronics from generating heat or releasing smoke and gases into the plenum space. It is essential to prioritize safety and adhere to established codes and standards. The recommended action is to insist that the access points are installed outside the air plenum. This can be achieved by mounting them directly on the ceiling or on the wall, ensuring they are not within the air handling space. To reinforce the directive, provide the installation contractor with documented evidence of both the NEC Code Section 300.22 and the BICSI requirement found in BICSI Formanus 2015 Section 4.12.2. Clearly explain the potential fire hazard that arises from installing electronics within the air plenum. Emphasize the importance of maintaining a safe environment for everyone in the building. As a preventative measure, consult with the school's fire marshal or risk manager. Obtain their official stance on this matter to ensure full compliance and to address any specific concerns they may have. It is also crucial to consider the potential impact on both air quality and the performance of the 8-track system. The introduction of electronics into the air plenum can impede airflow and introduce contaminants. Finally, meticulously document all communication, decisions, and actions related to this issue. This will provide a clear record for future reference and accountability. The NEC, or National Electrical Code, is a comprehensive set of standards and guidelines for electrical wiring and equipment installation in the United States. Its primary purpose is to safeguard people and property from electrical hazards. It covers a wide range of topics, including wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and equipment installation. Adherence to the NEC is essential for ensuring electrical safety and compliance with local regulations. Understanding the NEC is vital for electricians, contractors, and anyone involved in electrical work. Familiarity with its provisions helps prevent electrical fires, shocks, and other hazards. Regular updates and training are necessary to stay current with the latest requirements and best practices outlined in the code. BICSI, formerly known as Building Industry Consulting Service International, is a global association that provides training, education, and certification for professionals in the information and communications technology, or ICT, industry. BICSI offers a range of standards, guidelines, and best practices for the design, installation, and maintenance of ICT infrastructure. These standards cover various aspects of ICT, including cabling systems, networking, wireless technologies, and data centers. BICSI certifications are widely recognized and respected within the ICT industry. They demonstrate a professional's knowledge, skills, and expertise in specific areas of ICT. Obtaining BICSI certification can enhance career opportunities and improve credibility among employers and clients. Air plenums are designated spaces within a building that are used for the distribution of heated or cold air. They are typically located above suspended ceilings in walls or under floors. Air plenums play a crucial role in the building's heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, also known as 8-track system. They help to ensure efficient and uniform distribution of air throughout the building. Proper design and maintenance of air plenums are essential for maintaining good air quality and energy efficiency. Installing electronic equipment in air plenums can disrupt airflow, introduce contaminants, and create fire hazards. It is important to adhere to building codes and standards that restrict or prohibit such installations. Fire hazards associated with installing electronics in air plenums include the risk of overheating, electrical shorts, and ignition of combustible materials. Electronic equipment can generate heat, which can build up in the confined space of an air plenum. This can lead to overheating and potentially ignite nearby materials. Electrical shorts can also occur, creating sparks that can ignite flammable materials. The presence of smoke and toxic gases in an air plenum during a fire can quickly spread throughout the building. This poses a significant threat to occupants and can hinder evacuation efforts. It is essential to prevent fire hazards in air plenums by following proper installation practices and avoiding the placement of electronic equipment in these spaces. Proper installation practices for wireless access points include mounting them in locations that provide optimal coverage and minimize interference. Access points should be installed in areas that are easily accessible for maintenance and troubleshooting. It is important to ensure that access points are properly grounded to prevent the electrical hazards. Cabling should be neatly organized and secured to prevent damage or accidental disconnection. When installing access points in environmentally challenging areas, such as those with high humidity or temperature extremes, appropriate enclosures and protection measures should be used. Regular inspections and maintenance of access points are essential for ensuring their continued performance and reliability. This includes checking for loose connections, damaged cables, and overheating. Any issues should be promptly addressed to prevent further problems. Consulting with experienced network professionals can help ensure that wireless access points are installed correctly and optimized for the specific environment. Documentation of all installation and maintenance activities is important for future reference and troubleshooting. This documentation should include details such as access point locations, cabling diagrams, and configuration settings. American Access Technology fireproof closures are designed to provide a barrier against fire and smoke in specific applications. However, they do not eliminate the risk of fire or prevent the generation of heat and smoke from electronic equipment. These closures are typically used to protect cables and other components that pass through fire-rated walls and ceilings. They are designed to seal off openings in the event of a fire, preventing the spread of flames and smoke to other areas. It is important to use fireproof closures that are properly tested and certified for the specific application. The closures should be installed according to the manufacturer's instructions to ensure their effectiveness. Fireproof closures should be regularly inspected to ensure they are in good condition and functioning properly. Any damage or deterioration should be promptly repaired or replaced. While fireproof closures can provide an added layer of protection, they should not be relied upon as the sole means of fire prevention. Other fire safety measures, such as fire alarms, sprinklers, and fire extinguishers, should also be in place. The NEC provides specific requirements for the installation of electrical equipment in various types of locations, including air plenums. It is essential to consult the NEC to ensure that all installations are compliant with the applicable codes and standards. The NEC is updated regularly to reflect changes in technology and best practices. It is important to stay current with the latest edition of the NEC to ensure that installations are safe and compliant. Local building codes and regulations may also have specific requirements for electrical installations. It is important to check with the local authorities to ensure compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. Ignoring NEC requirements can result in fines, penalties, and potential legal liability. It can also increase the risk of fire, electrical shock, and other hazards. Compliance with the NEC is essential for protecting people and property from electrical hazards. Consulting with qualified electrical professionals can help ensure that installations are compliant with the NEC and other applicable codes and regulations. They can provide expert advice and guidance on the proper selection, installation, and maintenance of electrical equipment. The school's fire marshal is responsible for ensuring that the school building is compliant with fire safety codes and regulations. The fire marshal can provide guidance on fire safety issues and conduct inspections to ensure compliance. It is important to cooperate with the fire marshal and address any concerns or recommendations they may have. The school's risk manager is responsible for identifying and mitigating risks to the school's assets and personnel. The risk manager can provide guidance on risk management issues and help develop strategies to minimize potential losses. It is important to work with the risk manager to identify and address potential hazards and vulnerabilities. The potential impact on air quality from installing electronics in air plenums includes the introduction of dust, fibers, and other contaminants into the airstream. Electronic equipment can generate particles that can become airborne and circulate throughout the building. These particles can irritate the respiratory system and exacerbate allergies and asthma. The presence of volatile organic compounds, also known as VOC, in electronic equipment can also degrade air quality. VOC are chemicals that can evaporate from materials and contaminate the air. Proper ventilation and filtration are essential for maintaining good air quality in buildings with electronic equipment. Air filters should be regularly cleaned or replaced to remove dust and other contaminants. The use of low VOC materials in electronic equipment can also help to improve air quality. Documenting all communication and decisions related to electrical installations is important for several reasons. It provides a record of what was done, when it was done, and who was involved. This information can be valuable for future reference and troubleshooting. Documentation can also help to demonstrate compliance with codes and regulations. In the event of a fire or other incident, documentation can provide valuable information for investigators. Documentation should include details such as the date of installation, the type of equipment installed, the location of the equipment, and any modifications or repairs that were made. It is important to keep documentation organized and easily accessible. Electronic documentation systems can be helpful for managing large amounts of information. Regular audits of documentation can help to ensure that it is accurate and up to date. In summary, installing electronic equipment in air plenums poses significant fire hazards and violates established codes and standards. It is crucial to prioritize safety and adhere to NEC and BICSI guidelines. Insist on installing access points outside the air plenum, provide evidence of code violations to the contractor, and consult with relevant authorities to ensure compliance and a safe environment. Thorough documentation is essential for future reference and accountability. By following these recommendations, the potential risks can be mitigated and a safe and compliant installation can be achieved. Adhering to these guidelines ensures the safety of building occupants and the integrity of the building systems.